Good day! When we hear the name Cabalen, we often think of buffet tables filled with Filipino favorites and moments shared with family and friends. But beyond that familiar experience is a dynamic and evolving brand. One that has grown into a diverse group of concepts shaped by changing tastes, new audiences, and bold marketing strategies. Before we get into today's conversation, grab your cup of coffee and join us on Freshly Brewed, where compelling conversations brew between fascinating guests and BusinessMirror's journalist host. In this episode, we take a closer look at the Cabalen Group at 40, how it has expanded beyond its iconic buffet roots, built a portfolio of brands, and continues to connect with today's diners through strategic marketing and innovation. Joining us today is Jinger Panganiban-Lopez, Head of Marketing of the Cabalen Group, who will share insights on building and positioning multiple brands, understanding the evolving Filipino consumer, and shaping the company's next chapter. Together with our one and only Bless Aubrey Ogerio, BusinessMirror's Trade and Industry reporter.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to Freshly Brewed. I am Bless Ogerio, trade reporter for BusinessMirror and your host for today. When people hear Cabalen, they often think of the classic Filipino buffet. But 4 decades on, the brand has evolved with changing tastes, expanded into new concepts, and redefined how Filipinos dine today. Joining us is a woman with over 25 years of experience in marketing in the food industry, respected for her leadership, collaboration, and operational excellence. Please welcome Ms. Jinger Panganiban-Lopez, Head of Marketing for the Cabalen Group. Good day, Ms. Jinger, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Bless. Good day, everyone, and thank you for having me here at Freshly Brewed.
Yes, thank you as well, ma'am, for being with us. Before we talk about business, let's start with something simple lang muna, something personal and close to your heart. I would like to ask, how do you strike a balance as a working mom while leading the group's marketing arm?
So it all comes down to time management and discipline.
Yes.
As much as I am dedicated with my work and career, I am as dedicated and committed in family life.
Yes.
So after work, whenever I come home, I make sure that I have dinner with my husband and kids, and then we talk about how our day was. Yeah. And of course, me and my husband, we try to also take that time to spend time together while the kids are sleeping. So we get that time alone together also as a husband and wife. And I think it's very essential to also make sure that I'm not just growing professionally, but my family life is also growing, and my relationship with the kids and the family is growing as well. And I think also coming from being an OFW before, so I was away with the kids, and I think that's something that me and my husband has promised each other, is that we're really going to make sure that now that we are with them fully back home here in the Philippines, there will be our top priority. So whatever career we are pursuing at the moment, but here, we make sure that the family will be our top priority.
Wow, family first talaga.
Yes.
Such a dedicated woman amid all of these responsibilities you have in your hand, ma'am. And with that, ma'am, you're just beyond a simple marketing girly. You're actually leading the team. So what does a typical work day looks like for you as someone calling the shots?
So no 2 days are the same.
Yes.
So I move between strategy and execution throughout the day, aligning brand directions, leading campaigns, collaborating with cross-functional teams, and ensuring that all of our initiatives are both relevant and driving business results.
Yes. And I love that energy, ma'am. Very simple, but it says something, no? And when you hear Cabalen today, not just tungkol po sa'yo, but of course sa layperson, sa isang normal na Pilipino, what comes to your mind, what comes to their mind kapag ba sinabi mong Cabalen?
Cabalen for me is a place where people come together. So I remember the first time that I went to Cabalen, I was in college. So I was at St. Paul's, Manila. My mom, she brought us in this newly opened branch of Cabalen at Robinson's Place, Manila. So reminiscing it now, it gives this very warm feeling of sitting with family and even friends. Because some of my friends, we also go for the buffet during college, sharing food and just celebrating those everyday moments with them. So Cabalen for me is more than a buffet. It's all about bringing people together.
Love that answer, ma'am. And with that, 40 years na nga po pala yung Cabalen, no? So, congratulations po for the 4 decades of
Thank
excellence ng inyong brand. So, I would like to ask na what has kept the brand relevant across generations na sa tagal ng panahon, nandiyan pa rin ang Cabalen? Bakit?
Well, it is indeed, very exciting milestone for us celebrating 4 decades. And I believe what kept us strong through these decades is staying true to what our founder, Miss Martel Niveria, started.
Yes.
And that's sharing authentic Filipino food with a heart. So, but at the same time, we kept evolving how we engage with people, we adapted how we present the brands, how we communicate, how we connect with newer audiences, and the balance is what kept us relevant.
Yes. And you mentioned balance and evolving taste, no? And I would just like po to dive into specific of that. So, when someone says Cabalen, automatically rooted po talaga na Filipino cuisine. Yet sa paglipas ng panahon, marami na rin po talaga nagbago, lalo na po yung sa panlasa. Given such, how do you strike a balance po between tradition and innovation?
Well, at the heart of Cabalen is a deep respect for Filipino flavors and heritage. But as taste, experience, and evolve, we saw the opportunity to bring the same passion for food into new concepts, which led the growth of the Cabalen Group and the introduction of other restaurant brands, such as Mangan. Mangan basically serves heritage Kapampangan cuisine.
I love Mangan.
And then we also have Soy. It's a homegrown Thai comfort food. And global franchise brands like Churomaru, Udon, and Tempura. So that's serving original Japanese udon. And Sukiyaki, which also serves unlimited shabu-shabu and sukiya, and even more brands that we have on board.
Sukiyaki. I'm curious about it. I'd like to try some other time.
You should. So we continue to honor and share our heritage and culture, yet we recognize how the market is evolving, and we see this as an opportunity to grow. And connect with diners across different tastes, experiences, and generations.
Okay po, ma'am. And was expanding into multiple brands a response po sa shifting market demand? Or was that always part of the long-term vision ng group?
It was both a strategic direction and a response to the evolving market dynamics. So we recognized early on that the dining behavior was becoming more occasion-based and segmented. So it requires a distinct concept to effectively capture different consumer needs. So expanding into multiple brands allowed us to build more resilient and scalable portfolio while maximizing the strength and equity of the Cabalen Group across diverse formats and experiences.
And another question related to that, ma'am. Cabalen Group, it has grown exponentially, no, from a single restaurant to a multi-brand group. Can you walk us through the different concepts under your portfolio?
But the Cabalen Group has 3 main divisions. We have F&B, FMCG, and other services. So our F&B division has different service formats. So from buffet, we have the Cabalen, which is the Cabalen buffet that everyone popularly knows.
Yes.
And then we also have Cabalen Plus, which is the more premium version of the buffet, and Casa Cabalen, the premium buffet and events place, which is actually only in Pampanga. And then our upcoming brand, Salusaya by Cabalen. Casual dining, we have Mangan, Soy, Churumaru, Udon and Tempura, Sukiya. And then for cafe, we recently opened Ebun. To go, we have BKK Express, which is actually a more fast casual version of Soy. And then for catering, we have Cocina Estela. And then under FMCG, which is our fast-moving consumer goods, we have the Cabalen Signatures, which you could see here. Yes. Under our other services, we have Cabalen Training Institute. It's actually a DepEd certified institution.
Ma'am, does it have a physical na
school?
Yes po.
Yes. Okay. It's actually in our head office. It's right there. And also real estate, we have 54 JP Rizal Suites, Baantay Villa, which is in Pampanga. And then, of course, we have Cabalen Para sa Kabataan Foundation, which is our CSR, basically CSR project
Wow, that's a lot, ma'am. But among your brands, let's be a bit more personal here. Which ones are you most excited about and why?
Salosaya by
Wow.
Cabalen.
Care to expound po?
Yes, it's our upcoming premium buffet brand, which is opening at Robinson's Place, Manila, my
Oh.
favorite place.
Kailan po yan?
Yeah,
Kailan po yan?
this coming summer.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Something to look forward, guys.
Yes. And the restaurant is basically designed as a destination that showcase the best flavors of the Philippines from different regions, all in one place. So it's a step forward for us, bringing together Filipino regional cuisines, complemented by select international flavors in a more refined, immersive way. It is an elevated expression of Cabalen, where everyone can experience the richness and diversity of Filipino food and more.
Throughout our conversation, Ma'am Ginger, I have noticed how managing multiple concepts, no, it can be complex talaga. But what has been the biggest challenge in scaling the group? And how do you manage it and how do you get through with it?
Well, the biggest challenge is maintaining clear, differentiated brand positioning as we scale. So each concept needs well-defined identity, target audience, and value proposition, while we are still aligning that with the group's overall direction. So as a marketer, it requires strong brand governance and consistent storytelling to ensure we grow the portfolio while maintaining the distinct strength of each brand.
But over the years po, what key insights ang natutunan ninyo sa ating mga Filipino diners?
Well, in today's culinary landscape, Filipino diners are becoming more discerning. They are more experience-driven and globally influenced. And I think that's also boils down with, a lot of global brands coming in the country and also a lot of Filipinos really traveling abroad. Yeah. So with a growing openness, I would say, to those diverse flavors and formats, at the same time, what remains constant, I think, would be both locally and even among global Filipino communities, is this strong emotional role of food. Food is still a way to connect, celebrate, and share moments. So the true opportunity basically lies down on responding on these evolving preferences while preserving the deep cultural and emotional connection across different occasions and consumer segments.
Let's talk about marketing naman, ma'am. Your expertise. So, the dining space nga po, especially in the Philippines, it is now more competitive than ever, not just in terms of food, but kung paano nila pasisikatin yung kanilang brand, no? What makes Cabalen Group outstanding among other brands?
What sets us apart is, or what sets our brands apart, is our ability to combine strong cultural authenticity with a clear and differentiated portfolio strategy, I would say. Each brand is built around distinct identity, audience, and experience. And this allows us to remain relevant across a highly competitive and fragmented market. At the same time, we anchor everything on deep emotional connection. And I think that's where we champion, no? Especially for Cabalen, given the nostalgia of the brand. The emotional connection to food, which continues to resonate strongly with Filipino diners.
Winner po talaga when you root the food into something cultural, no? And as you expand yung Cabalen Group po, who are you trying to reach now? Or nagbago po ba yung target audience nyo, yung target market ninyo? Has it evolved?
Our target market has definitely evolved. Alongside with the shifting consumer behavior, while we continue to serve our core family, and group dining segments, we are increasingly expanding into younger, more experience-driven consumers. So those are like the Gen Zs, no? Kasi they're really more into shareability.
Wow, yeah.
So they are more, I would say, exploratory and digitally engaged. And the goal is to grow our audience base while maintaining the strong emotional connection that's always defined our brands.
And for someone discovering Cabalen Group for the first time, kumbaga para po sa mga starters natin, saan po dapat sila mag-umpisa?
I would always recommend starting from Cabalen.
Wow.
Because it represents the heart of who we are. Filipino flavors, shared experiences, and a strong sense of togetherness. So from there, they can explore other brands from Mangan, Soy, Churumaro, Udon, and Tempura, depending on their preferences and dining occasions. the journey really reflects how we build the group, offering different experiences, but all grounded on the same core values.
Kumbaga kahit anong resto pa yan or kahit anong institution pa yan, kapag nakapasok ka talaga doon, makikita mo agad and mafe-feel mo yung Cabalen branding.
Yes, indeed.
After 40 years, ma'am, what's next for the Cabalen Group? Do you see opportunities to bring the Filipino legacy ng brand na yon into a more global stage? Ano pong balak natin?
Well, after 40 years, our focus is on scaling the business in a more strategic and sustainable way through brand innovation, expansion, and strengthening our overall ecosystem. Right now, we're already taking steps towards global stage through our Cabalen signature products, which are these.
Yes.
So these are ready to eat, and we even have ready to heat products, which are now available in markets like Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Israel, and Japan, and soon also coming in US and Canada.
Yes, ang lawak ng market
Yes.
natin.
So we are very proud of bringing authentic Filipino flavors into the households, both locally and abroad. And moving forward, we see even greater opportunities to expand through concepts and products that can travel well across different markets while continuing to elevate the Filipino dining experience and staying true to the heritage that defines Cabalen.
In a more broader sense naman po, how do you see the Filipino dining scene evolving in the next few years?
The Filipino dining scene is becoming more dynamic with a growing shift towards more elevated, experience-driven concepts and a strong appreciation for regional cuisines. At the same time, global influences continue to shape how Filipino food is interpreted and presented. Moving forward, what we see is more innovation in formats, storytelling, but always anchored on the authenticity and the cultural pride.
Yes po, kumbaga parang more experiment, but at the same time, mas rooted na sa kanilang pinanggalingan, sa
Yes.
kanilang culture.
Because if you see a lot of people, what they share, even on social media, they're really more into
Sa
authentic
totoo lang
experiences.
po, yung mga TikTok reposts, yung mga YouTube shorts. And
Yes.
finally, ma'am, if you could describe Cabalen at 40 in one word, what would it be and why?
I would say timeless.
Classic.
Yes.
Why?
So, because for 40 years or 4 decades, Cabalen has been the heart of every handaan. Bringing people together through shared meals and celebrations, it continues to stay relevant by honoring its roots while evolving with every generation. That's why what we say with the Cabalen Group, it's trusted for decades, loved by generations.
Very evident, ma'am. And thank you so much, Ma'am Ginger, for sharing your insights today. Madami din po akong natutunan, especially
you.
with the brands and sa ano pa pong ina-offer ng group ninyo. And to our viewers, thank you for tuning in to Freshly Brewed. Don't forget to catch our next episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on social media. I'm Bless Ogerio. See you next time.
And that wraps up today's episode of Freshly Brewed. Thank you for joining us as we explore the Cabalen Group's journey at 40, from a well-loved buffet brand to a growing portfolio of dining concepts, driven by thoughtful marketing and a deeper understanding of today's consumers. Because in a constantly evolving food landscape, success is not just about what you serve, but how you connect, adapt, and stay relevant through every generation. For more stories and insights, visit thebusinessmirror.com.ph and follow us on our social media channels. Stay ahead, do more, and see you, yes, I'll see you next time.